Hey guys, today is August the 2nd of 2014 and I'm doing a Euro dollar weekend wrap up using price and time technical analysis. Please pause the video and read the video disclaimer. This is going to be kind of like a wrap up of looking into the month of August. It's gonna be pretty long. I'm gonna try to be quick as I can. If you don't have time to watch it, then pause it and come back when you have time to really look in depth of what could be a possible forecast for the euro. So, with that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to show you a couple of techniques I use, uh, to kind of figure out what this euro is going to do, and get a pen and paper and jot down some dates, because time is the most important thing according to W.D. Gann. First thing you want to do is jot down August 18th. August 18th to the 20th. 18, 19, 20. It's a 3-day right there. The 27th to the 29th. And the 21st. These are all seasonal dates. You can see that the 18 of 18, there's a cluster set right there. So you get 2 hits. So should be interesting what happens on the 18th. So you can see we came down, put a doji pretty much here, put a pivot low on the 30th, and did a bull, what I call a bull kicker candle, which is this one. It took out yesterday's, it took out Wednesday, and even almost, I think it did take out the Tuesdays, and then kind of pause right there. So this is the range we got. We definitely got to get above this 75%, which is at 34.49, and this Andrews Pitchfork 50% angle right here. So those are the dates I want you to. I got other dates. I got to work on my dates to watch for August. I haven't done that yet, but I figure I'd show you the seasonal dates. Seasonal dates worked out great. If you look at my other postings and my video, you can see that they were day ahead. And then the next day, boom, you got a slam to the downside. So let's see how this is going to pan out for August, these dates here. I don't know if this is going to continue going high and then stall on the 18th, or between the 18th and 20th, pull down, or the 27th. Whatever it is a seasonal date. So, you pay more close attention to these dates and the price action, because the price action is going to pretty much tell you what's really happening. But it's something to narrow down instead of just looking at the whole month of August and not knowing what's more important, what dates are more important, than others. So that's that for this chart. I don't really have much. I just wanted to show you I'm long 33.85 right here. We look at the Gann swing chart. We already got a green signal, and this is really at a smaller fractal level. I normally use the 3 bar. I believe in the power of 3. So right now it's still to the downside for, this is for like people who, want to enter in at a low risk. You'll just wait for this to switch over. But, I'm kind of thinking maybe the bottom is in, and I could be wrong. So you got bar 2 and then bar 1, you already got the green light. So that's why I'm in now. In worst case scenario, if I got in early and this is going to continue pushing lower, the next date I'm watching will be August 6th. Remember that, August 6th will be the date that, if this pushes lower, it'll stop me out, and possible bottom could be there, or it could continue going. But I'm leaning more that we've met our price and time here, and I could be wrong, but let's see if my calculations are correct. We're going to probably push higher, but there's a lot of resistance above, so you got to be watching it or trailing your stops just in case it wants to do another leg. But some people have been emailing me, thanking me first of all for the videos I do and the postings. They've learned a lot, and they've learned to be on the right side of the trade. This is counting system I have. It kind of looks like Elliott wave, but I really don't. I'm not an electrician, so I keep it more simple. I don't do the ABCs. I just keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my 5th wave, and now we're going to do a correction and go higher. And that's just speculation. This could just, hit this channel and then continue going down. We don't know yet until it breaks this channel. Then, once it breaks this channel, then it might want to retest at 39.92. So I just want to let you know, I got nothing against, Elliott technicians or, technique. I just simplify it more because I'm more visual than anything. So I just want to see the wave points and the vibration points where each, price action stalls and finds support. So that's that. Let's go to our chart here. Let me see if I could, yeah. First thing we want to do is our cycles. I'm going to show you this first cycle that I have. And this could be correct and I could be wrong. This could be pushing lower, but it has a date, a cycle low date of the, I guess the month of October, the 30th around there, 31. November, and then it wants to push lower. So we'll see if this cycle it's accurate. Next one I want to show you is one adjusted to the euro, and it shows that there's a cycle bottom here on the 28th. So it pushed a little lower on the 30th. So it was let's see, maybe it was the 28th, 1, 2, 3, it was 3 days, 2 days late. And it's showing that it's going to probably stall around the 7th, 8th, and then maybe stall around the 16th, find support, in October, 4th, and then maybe push to the 11th, 11. So let's see if this pans out. But this cycle is indicating that, prices could possibly continue going higher. Using the Bradley model, this is more astro. Is showing a pivot on the 7th, so it should be interesting what's going to happen around the 7th. I don't know if the 7th is a Saturday or whatever. That's Thursday. So I'll keep an eye on that. I don't want to put all these days because it's just going to be clusters. So I just want to let you know what I'm seeing and how things happen. And this is just the regular Bradley, and you got a pivot date the 17th and the 21st. Now this one right here is adjusted to the euro. So it had a low here, which is the 25th. So it was real, early if you wanted to look at it that way. But you have a pivot for the 14, 14 around there, 14, 15, 13 or 14. Pivot high, and then you got the 22nd, 23rd, and then that's it. So we're focusing on August. I just wanted to show you that. And you can see that the cycle is pushing higher. Next thing I want to show you is another forecasting method I use. It's showing a bottom actually on the 5th, 6th, which is another date I'm watching, that if this fails, it could push down all the way to the 5th, 6th, and then push higher. So I might be early, and this could be a bear, a bull trap, and then they'll just snuff me out and continue pushing lower. So this is another possible date, which is fine. If I see price action pushing lower and lower and takes out this low, then I'm out. It's low risk. A couple of pips there, points. So we'll see how it's going to pan out. But this is another possible low forecast. And then it's going to shoot higher all the way to like the 24th, 25th. So we got to keep an eye on that. Now let's go into planetary lines. Planetary lines. This is for astro traders that trade with the heavens. You can see that it broke through Venus. The blue line is Venus. And if you get a little closer, you can see more of the price action. It hit Mercury right here at the high, like that 34, 44 around there. That's the sun, the yellow, and it paused right there at that 34, 26, right where Venus is at. So price is hovering with Venus. So once we get above Venus, Mercury and the Sun, which would be 3449, you know, possible target. Seems like there was a delay of vibration right here. Normally I've seen this thing pop and go right here, but you know, you got to follow what the euro is going to do. And possible target could be that 35, 37-ish level. That's Mars. Strong level right there. That's one level you want to keep an eye on. This is Geo. Now if you go to Helio, you can see that Venus, it pierced it. It was chopping around here at Venus, chopping around here, and then pierced it. And you see that you got the cross right here on the 28th. And this is Mercury. So looking at Geo, and there's a cross right there on the 3rd. So it'll be interesting what's going to happen there. But you look at Mercury ascending, possible targets to the upside where it could find resistance. You can see from right there, could be anywhere between that 3580-ish level. Want to keep an eye on that. And the last one, these are the outer planets. These are the big boys: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and some rule out Pluto, but he's in the pack. This is Jupiter, so it hit resistance right at Jupiter, which is at 3444. So if you want to get in and you still don't believe it, you know, wait till at least it gets over the big boys. You're starting Monday, you know, Sunday night or Monday. Once it gets over 3444, you know, and it pulls back down, then get in. You got a couple of, you know, you're gonna have another candle here. You're gonna have 1, 2, 3, you know, that could push higher. Probably it's probably gonna break this trend line if you put a trend line across, and if it does, then the low is in. You know, even low risk there. So that's it in regards to planetary lines. Looking at the ellipse, it's at the same thing right here. It is resting right at there, at that angle, using the ellipse technique that I use. We look at the let me see, the Gann square. I had to readjust the Gann square because, you know, there's some techniques that I use and I forgot to adjust it. So now I feel like this chart is going to work. If we get a little closer, there was a possible pivot change in trend there, or possible pivot low, and it failed right there. And now it found resistance somewhere around that 34.38. So now we got to see if prices are going to start trailing this strong angle up here. Next possible resistance could be that 35.49. So you see there's going to be a lot of resistance, especially, you know, this pivot low right here, 35.11, and maybe this pivot high 36.98 could be possible targets, you know, 36.60. So let's see if, you know, euro starts dancing and starts trailing, you know, maybe respecting this angle and going higher. So let's see how that's going to go. Is anything here? No. Nope. The harmonics are, you know, turning here, so showing me that, you know, the prices could go higher. The saw pushing higher here. So you can see that maybe from here it could go here. You know, we gotta watch the October 21st. So it'll be interesting there. Let's see what we got here. Fourier string. It's pushing higher, and then it tops out around the 6. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on the 6. If it continues going lower, that could be your pivot low. Or if it continues going higher, that could be a pause, and it may pull back, and maybe that could be another opportunity to get in if you haven't gone in yet, then to push even higher. The harmonic string, same thing. It pauses around the 6 and then puts a low around the 26. So let's see how that pans out. Fibonacci ellipse. The 11th, the 20th, right there, the 2nd. So let's see what happens. Nothing really there. Pitchfork. You see that it found support right here at this pitchfork angle. And now let's see if it respects that too. But you put the Gann. Gann is more sloped that way, that strong angle. But if you use the pitchfork, let's see how it goes and if it rides its up. Could be resistance anywhere around here. Nothing there. The fan. Gann's fan. If you look from this low of November to the high of May 8th, if we look here, it's right above the last fan, Gann fan right there. So it looks like it's now we're right back in play to not continue going higher. So depending where it hits, this could be possible resistance anywhere around that 35.51. Maybe pull back, try push it, maybe hit that. So we'll go. We'll show where possible resistance could be. And on the weekly bar, it's still showing bearish, but if you look at the monthlies starting, it's green. So let's see how that's going to pan out. There's a date you probably want to watch using the 128 technique, which is the 4th. So that would be what, Tuesday, right? Or Monday? Monday, yep. So that's the day you want to keep an eye on. See what happens. 35.09, pivot low. I think that's it for that. Cycles, another cycles that I use. These are forecasting cycles. This is a low here, the 30th, which worked out great. There's another possible low, which I told you, the 6th. They're lining up right here. And where is this here? Simple model. I went over that one. Same thing. So everything looks like it wants to go higher. There's only one cycle that's pointing lower, but everything is pointing higher. So I'm just gonna wing it and see what happens. I already did. I'm already in. So let's see what's the euro gonna pan out. But everything is pointing higher, and you can see that it tops out by the end of the month. Here, it tops out by the end of the 26th. This is the 30th. Right here. Then it goes to November. So let's see how that pans out. Is there anything else? I think I went over everything I wanted to show you guys here. Harmonics too. If you're into the harmonics, you can see right here, they're pushing higher too. They're turning here. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. I think that's it. I don't got anything else to show here. Oh, another thing, if you want to RSI, very oversold. So this would be a nice place to buy too, and it's already pointing up. So this is oversold and this is overbought. You can see right here, overbought, and then it sold off. This is a divergence. It was going up while prices were going down, and then it kind of caught up. Same thing here, that spike. It was right there, and then it just kind of sold off. So a good place to be buying when it's all the way down here. Let's go into, I think that's it. Everything else I wanted to show you here. Another thing that I want to show you is time series. And another indicator that I saw that this was going to be a possible low was that it was hitting the 521 time series. It's early in the game, it's the 31st and August 1st, so we got to see if this is still gonna, if this is gonna hold or not. Do a trend line from here. You can see that it already broke. It broke. Price just went above it and pushed higher. And if you want to get really, it still broke it through. It still broke right through it. Might want to get, could be possible target there, but we'll see. But I just wanted to show you that's why a lot of things are lining up that this was going to be a bottom, and that's why I got in. The thing about forecasting is you want to get a bunch of stuff that's lining up, because that's, in my opinion, that's what I think W. Gann was kind of saying. The vibration, the law of attraction, the vibration is strong. It's kind of like that Star Wars stuff, you know, the Force. When you got a lot of stuff lining up there, and you got to look at the whole big picture, you know, and everything is just kind of there, that's the place to get in, you know, and put a tight stop. And if you're wrong, you're wrong, you know. That's my motto. What's next I want to show you? This is the linear regression channel. As you can see on the weekly, we hit the bottom channel. So look at the doji. So it looks like now they want to go up. It might test this medium regression channel right there. Found a support right here, the bottom linear regression channel. So you can see that everything is kind of pointing down. These are the big ones, and this is a small one. This is a 12-hour. You see that it's finding support there. You got a PPS buy signal. So now, you know, if Monday comes, Sunday night, and it pushes lower, you know, a possible buy, if you want to get in, would be that 3,400 level. That 33.97, it's really interesting. I've been watching that one. Even if it gets even lower to that 33.85, where I'm at, would be a good buy. But anywhere between that 3,400 would be a good, you know, buying. And then you're going to put your stop right here. And risk all this. And if you see Momo going stronger and stronger, and it gets to like 33.79, and it wants to push lower, then, you know, just let it get you stopped out and push lower, and then you wait for the 6. That's how I trade. You know, I'm not just gonna get randomly in and out. That has, you know, I follow time, so there has to be a reason why I want to get in, and then I want to see if everything lines up. This is a 4-hour. You can see we were just chopping around. And on, you know, the 4-hour, 4-5-hour, boom, it popped. PPS buy signal, so it could push lower here. This is a 1-hour, you know, it popped, found resistance right there at that channel, you know, so it might push lower, it might find support here and go in again on the 1-hour, or it might go all the way down here and then do another one, you know. But the linear regression, the baby one I call it, the smaller one, is pointing up. On the 30 minutes, pointing up, found resistance here. This is the bigger one, pointing up, kind of sideways. But once the 4-hour starts looking like this, and the 12-hour starts looking like this, and then it's just a matter of time, like a domino effect. They all start changing up. If you look at the, let's glance this chart. I don't know what happened here. Like I lost. It's like I lost everything. They must be doing some updates. Where is it? Let's glance this chart. Let's look at the weekly. You can see that the daily broke the cloud, and now it's finding support. But if we look at the weekly and get closer, you can see that it's in the cloud right now. Got a nice doji of buyers, linear regression channel, perfect place to be buying. Anywhere from that 33.93 will be great buy. Above the 200, you got the 50, you got the 20, and possible targets could be that pivot, Woody's pivot, 34.61, all the way to that 35.56, to the top of the cloud, 35.91, and this 37.5% right here. But keep in mind that once you're in the cloud in Ichimoku, price gets crazy and wild. So it could be erratic, man. It could be like going this, going down. It could just go nuts once it's in the cloud. But once you crack the cloud and crack this 50%, then I'm going to say that, you know, the euro is really getting weak. But as of right now, you know, the weekly, it's kind of in that medium point. These are ticks. You can see this is not based on time. It's based on ticks. We got a PPS buy signal. Hit that 34.43. So any pullback, either to like 33.95 or even to this 33.85 could be a nice buying opportunity. Any pullbacks around here, especially that 34.13 to that 34.04. Same thing here, PPS buy signal, candles turned white, so the trend now looks like it wants to go higher. It hit this 87.5% right here, or the 75%, I can't remember. So this is where it's at. Once it blows up there, it's going to probably push higher. And this is the same thing there. And I think that's it. Looking back at July, you can see that the greens were some good hits. The reds were either nothing happened or pretty much didn't work out. And then the blue ones are the dates that are on the weekends, like Saturday or Sunday or whatever. So all kind of worked out. This is in testing mode. I'm trying to do some testing on the astro part of my trading. So I got to work on my dates for August, which will probably take me a day or two to get, lined up. And the last thing I want to show you is the big picture. You can see that we had a PPS buy signal on the 12 hours, so I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back to 3408. TMS positive. It could be a snapback down, it could be a head fake, but we'll see. Fisher cluster down or up, down, up. Nice indicator that things are going to change. We got a yellow bar on the squeeze play, which is good. We're right here at the 50 on the MMG cluster. Same thing. I like that. I like this a bunch of clusters, and now it's all pushing up, pushing higher. This is about to turn positive. Mobile MACD pushing higher. TMA hasn't turned positive yet. And on the weekly, you got above the 200. This hasn't turned yellow. Once this turns yellow, it's going to be really looking good. And once I get a purple fisher here on the weekly, it's going to really confirm that we're going to go higher. And obviously, you can see that the month of July was a big sell. And now we're trying to get above the 50 and the 20 on the monthly. Once we get above that, possible targets could be that 35.14, which is the tip of the MOBO. But everything else is still looking negative here, which is going to take a while to, reflect here, because this is all monthly candles. And that's it. I'm at 27 minutes. Hope this video helps you. And have a great weekend, and make some pips.